Satan is saying he's been trapped at the White House because he's pregnant.
Is President Trump fucking Satan? The president's been seen less and less with his wife and more often with his new pal, making people all around the world say Donald Trump has got to be fucking Satan for sure.
Your wife Melania has been staying in New York and away from the White House.
That's right.
Well, what Fox News really wants to know is, are you fucking Satan?
Tucker Carlson just got destroyed by South Park in a savage storm of mockery and fire. The episode was ruthless, ripping into him with chaos, humiliation, and venom. Each scene struck like a killing blow, leaving his reputation scorched and his legacy in ashes. September 24th, 2025, the night Tucker Carlson got obliterated. Not by a rival pundit, not by a lawsuit, but by a cartoon. South Park didn't just take a swing at him, they went nuclear. This wasn't just parody, it was a grotesque collision of politics, media, and demonic satire. And at the center of the blast zone, Tucker Carlson.
So we have a body language expert to show us just how it is possible. Well, if Mr. President Trump is fucking Satan, and I'm not saying if he is or he isn't, I'm just kind of hoping he is.
For years, Tucker was Fox News' crown jewel, not just a commentator, but a cultural engine. Millions tuned in for his shocked gasps, smug smirks, and monologues that transformed outrage into gospel for MAGA America. At his peak, he was drawing 3 million viewers a night. His show wasn't just news, it was the beating heart of the conservative culture wars.
As debates on American tariffs continue, the question on every American's mind tonight,
is President Trump fucking Satan?
But everything cracked with the Dominion lawsuit. The loudest voice on cable news was suddenly booted, exiled to the internet. Tucker tried to rebrand himself as a truth prophet, launching podcasts and streaming shows. But his fall from grace was impossible to ignore. South Park smelled hypocrisy a mile away. A fallen king, desperate to hold his following, worshipped by the gullible, blood in the water for Trey Parker and Matt Stone. They didn't just roast him, they incinerated him.
This was at a golf course yesterday where the president was heroically golfing.
Oh, no.
You can just make out Satan going behind a bush and President Trump right there.
That was the climate by mid-season. South Park wasn't chasing laughs. They were firing live rounds. Trump, MAGA, conservative icons, all of them were in the crosshairs. By the time episode 5 rolled around, the fuse wasn't just lit, it was seconds from detonation. The first line set the tone. President Trump is Satan, and he's pregnant.
But I can't! Because I'm pregnant. All right, well, that seems to be it. Satan is pregnant with the president's child. So Fox News can now confirm Donald Trump has been fucking Satan this whole time.
With that, South Park went thermonuclear. Tucker's monologues, his paranoia, his smug outrage twisted into cartoon absurdity. Trump slinking around with Satan, their unholy relationship plastered across the screen. And Fox News? They didn't recoil. They celebrated. Hannity fist-pumping, anchors crying tears of joy, Kid Rock sobbing like his team won the Super Bowl. The apocalypse wasn't treated as disaster, but as victory parade.
Satan is saying he's been trapped at the White House because he's pregnant.
This was satire turned into a sledgehammer. If Tucker could turn paranoia into scripture, why not turn Trump into Satan's baby daddy? In South Park logic, it made perfect sense. The grotesque mirror reflected a media ecosystem that never questions power but worships it. Tucker wasn't just mocked, he was destroyed. Then came the subplot, the Labu craze, classic South Park, taking something trivial and inflating it into chaos. The kids became obsessed with Labu toys, tiny demons sold in blind boxes. You never knew what you'd get. Maybe a common one, maybe the rare pajama gold, time to chill edition. Overnight, friendships collapsed, the school turned into a war zone, and the hallways looked like a WWE arena.
Hey guys, this is another Labu unboxing video. I got this Labu online. I'm pretty sure it's not a Lafufu. I got the QR code right here. We're gonna see what we got. Hope it's a rare one. If it is, I'm absolutely gonna freak out. Okay, let's see.
Butters, as always, was the sacrificial lamb. He thought he was invited to a birthday party by a girl who liked him. Nope, she just wanted his Labu. Heartbroken, he spiraled into obsession, blowing $85 on one mystery box, then $120 on another. His desperation was painful, almost tragic.
Butters can't afford to keep buying Labubus because of the tariffs. They cost $85.
And South Park pushed it further. Tariffs, price hikes, a so-called tariff curse from expert Luke Kim. What began as a toy craze metastasized into a full-blown economic crisis. Kids worshipped Labus like relics, accused each other of counterfeits, and fought with the fervor of cultists.
City Walk, which is South Park's Chinese food store, has stopped serving food and now is a Labubu pop-up. I think it's called like City Pop-Up. We're not going to play the clips because they are just purely racist.
The brilliance, it wasn't about toys, it was about Tucker's audience. Manufactured outrage, fake scarcity, counterfeit devotion. The Labu mania was Carlson's circus in miniature. Kids clutching plastic demons were no different than adults hanging on his every gasp. Absurd, but uncomfortably familiar.
We're gonna check in now with Kid Rock.
It's Kid Rock!
Overcome with emotion. I just honestly didn't think the president was Satan, but now knowing that he has been this whole time.
Just when the chaos seemed maxed out, the episode veered back into soap opera. Satan waddled into press conferences, dead serious, announcing Trump was the father of his baby. In any normal world, this would be the scandal of the century. But in South Park's world, Fox News treated it like a miracle. Anchors cheered. Hannity raised his fists. Kid Rock cried tears of joy. What should have been an apocalypse was celebrated like a championship game.
He's pregnant?
So now you all know I am forced to stay in this situation for several more years.
And then Jesus entered the picture. Forget water into wine. He was hosting a surreal intervention at a demonic baby shower. Candles, confessions, and Satan sobbing that he loved Trump but couldn't leave because he was pregnant. Pregnant. With Trump's child, South Park took politics, faith, and media and twisted them into an insane soap opera where nothing was too grotesque to be worshipped. The true dagger wasn't Satan's tears. It was the media's reaction.
I just don't quite understand what the fascination is.
Well, they're just the new fad of the month, you know.
They make them scarce and hard to find a secret one.
Yeah, and then all the kids make their Labubu TikToks.
Labubu TikTok?
Yeah, the kids make them and they watch them. I can pull one up. This is Kelly Bronson from Mrs. Turner's class.
Fox didn't recoil, they glorified. What should have been scandalous became historic. What should have been horror was spun as pride. The same way they once treated Tucker's shocked gasps as gospel, now they celebrated Satan's pregnancy as prophecy. South Park dropped a brutal line. Trump could outlaw gravity tomorrow, and Fox would call it bold leadership. It didn't even feel exaggerated. That's what made it sting.
I'm not fucking Satan.
We're just sort of hanging out.
Oh, come on, President Trump. With everything you've been doing, pretty much the whole country thinks you're fucking Satan now.
I'm not fucking Satan.
The message was clear. This wasn't about Tucker or Trump alone. It was about an entire ecosystem built on obedience, worship, and blind fanaticism. When devotion blinds, it doesn't matter how absurd the story is. A cursed toy, a demonic pregnancy. The reaction is always the same. Total worship, total chaos, zero reason.
That's right.
Well, what Fox News really wants to know is, are you fucking Satan?
This wasn't just another episode, it was a cultural detonation. South Park blurred every line. Politics, toys, religion, apocalypse. They mashed it all into 30 minutes of chaos that felt both hilarious and horrifying. Season 27 was already running hot, pulling millions of viewers like it was 2005 again, but this was the nuke. Tucker's downfall, Trump's soap opera with Satan, and the Labu mania collided into one brutal parody of America itself.
Satan, why are you so sad?
That's what sets South Park apart. Satire isn't just jokes, it's a weapon. And in this case, the blade was aimed squarely at Tucker Carlson, Fox News, and the blind fanaticism that makes adults act like kids fighting over plastic toys.
Satan? Why are you so sad?
Because here's the ugly truth. Whether it's children screaming about fake Labus or adults screaming about fake conspiracies, it's the same sickness. Blind devotion, manufactured outrage, worship without reason.
Well, for all of us who are still skeptical that President Trump is fucking Satan, Fox News
Sean
has
Hannity.
obtained some footage of President Trump seeming to be fucking Satan.
South Park wasn't predicting the future. They were holding up a mirror to the present. They took what we've normalized, Tucker's gasps, Trump's scandals, media's cult devotion, and cranked it so high you couldn't ignore it. And the scariest part, it didn't feel that far from real life. The last message landed like a hammer. Worship without reason will celebrate anything. It doesn't matter if it's a rare toy in a blind box or a demonic pregnancy in the White House. If people are devoted enough, they'll clap, they'll cry, they'll call it historic. And South Park knew exactly how to show it by nuking the line between comedy and nightmare and making us laugh while it all burned.